Good morning and welcome to Tollcross International Swimming Pool to the West Districts meet this weekend. This is just a one-day meet. Before we get started, just shortly, I'll do the health and safety. My goodness me, come on. So in the event of an emergency, a siren will sound and staff will direct you to the nearest exit. Please ensure you keep all fire exits clear. Take a look around and check where your nearest exit is. There's to be no glass items or outdoor footwear on poolside. And swimmers, when you are leaving poolside, you must have appropriate dry clothing and footwear. Please keep the stairways clear. Don't sit on the stairs. There are to be no mobile phones in the changing rooms, toilets, or shower areas. Anyone wishing to take photographs or videos, forms are available at the spectator entry desk in the reception area of the venue, failing which can be obtained at the meet office up the stairs at the back here. You're reminded that videos are not to be posted on unsecure websites, unsecure club websites, but they can be posted on secure club websites. So, as I said, good morning and welcome to those of you joining us today. Those of you on live stream and in the spectator gallery, welcome to all our volunteers today and swimmers. Looking forward to a very full program of events. As our officials have made their way onto poolside now, I'll introduce you to our senior officials. Our referees this morning are Sheena McCall and Arlene Tennant. Our starters are Mark Scott and John Cole. This morning events will see the 400 freestyle, 100 backstroke, 50-meter butterfly, 200 breaststroke, 200 IM for the boys, 100 breaststroke, 50-meter freestyle, and 200-meter backstroke for the boys and girls. Commentating here today are myself, Jackie Smith, and joining me is Wendy Kirk and Robert Taylor. And we'll be guiding you through the morning's programme. And as I said, we'll get started just shortly.
Good morning. Okay, we're off with the boys. First 400, and this is heat 1. So in lane 0, we have Jack Curvin from Wren 96. We have in lane 1, Andrew Patterson, Glasgow City, or City of Glasgow. Lane 2, Finlay Hiddleston, Dumfries. Lane 3, Adam Merrick, Cumbernauld. Lane 4, Aaron Steele, East Combride. Lane 5, Andrew Breckenridge from Cumbernauld. And in lane 6, I think we've got a replacement there for Blake Herdman from Inverclyde. And lane 7, Ardu Murphy from Glasgow City. And then lane 8, Lewis Bray, Inverclyde. Lane 9, Leighton Bonner from Inverclyde. Okay, and for those that have not been in the last couple events, we've got a nice shiny new board there that's going to give us some good split times. So coming up in lane 5 is Andrew Breckenridge, first off in the turn there, with a split of 36.24, and that's on his first, I think that's the first 50 was his his first 50 was his first 36.24, and then the 100, 107. So I can swap over if you're one of.
So it is still Andrew Brackenridge who is leading the field, turning there in a time of 1:44.67. Andrew's entry time this morning is 5:08.30. The 14-year-old from Cumbernauld. And on his shoulders, Aaron Steele from East Kilbride, and in behind him his fellow teammate Adam Merrick. Sorry, that's Andrew's fellow teammate from the yellow cap of Cumbernauld. So those boys, 1, 2, and 3, Andrew, Aaron, and Adam. At the 200 meters at the halfway mark, Andrew's turning at 2:22.10. But Aaron's beginning to rein in. Looks like he's taking advantage of a good turn there and has got himself just ahead of Andrew. And I think at the 250 is going to turn first and does at 2:59.85. So Aaron has picked up the pace there in that last 50 meters. And I think if we can see lane 4, Aaron is beginning to move himself ahead. He's half a body length ahead of Andrew now. But Andrew is still in second. And in behind them, it's the City of Glasgow swimmer, Andrew Patterson, who's got himself moved up into third and will be hoping to make progress to rein Andrew in. As the East Kilbride swimmer, Aaron Steele, at the 300-meter mark, 3:36.63. Andrew Brackenridge, 3:38.35. And it's Finlay Hiddleston in third, 3:39.98. So I beg your pardon, I misread the swim cap there. It is in fact the Dumfries swimmer who is in third place, not City of Glasgow. My apologies to him. So 3:50, 2 lengths to go. It is the 13-year-old from, beg your pardon, 15-year-old from East Kilbride, Aaron Steele, who's got himself ahead several body lengths of Andrew Brackenridge, who led in the early stages of this race. As Aaron Steele comes in to finish his race, the closing meters there. Behind him, it is Andrew Brackenridge. And I think that the Dumfries swimmer over in lane 2 is going to hold on to third. There was a bit of a challenge there from lane 7. But Finlay Hiddleston held on there. So the time for Aaron Steele, 4:48.89 against an entry time of 5:07.20. He'll be pleased with that. In behind him, Andrew Brackenridge. And then Finlay Hiddleston as the boys come in to finish their 400 metre, the first heat this morning. First heat of 3. And heat 2 of the boys 400 metre freestyle. In lane 0, Kyle Mossman, City of Glasgow. 1, Aidan McCavish, Bowness. 2, Seamus Barbary, East Kilbride. 3, Cole Morrison, Stirling Swim. 4, Ewan Green, East Kilbride. 5, Aaron Machin, City of Glasgow. 6, we have a reserve swimmer there, Josh Gallagher from East Kilbride. 7, Rhys Edwards, Dumfries. 8, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Bath. And 9, Lucas Craw, Rutherglen. So after 50 metres, it is Rhys Edwards turning there 30.75, just ahead of the field. As he turns first, alongside him, we have Aaron Machin turning second there. And the Renfrew Bath swimmer, Ewan Watson. We need to keep an eye on lane 2 as well. The East Kilbride swimmer, Seamus Barbary. He's got himself up alongside to get himself for a bit of a battle for second place there. And I'll pass you over to Robert.
Thank you, Jackie. And still in lane 7, Rhys Edwards going well. Dumfries swimmer. Over on the opposite side, East Kilbride swimmer in 2, Seamus Barbary. Now moved into second place. He's picked up the pace a little bit. Still in the middle lane, Ewan Green and Aaron Machin, also prominent, along with Ewan Watson. But the Dumfries lads still probably body length clear at the moment as we approach the halfway mark. This has an entry time of 4:54. Not much between the two now at halfway. Just barely half a second, 2:16.05 and 2:16.51. Seamus Barbary, entry time of 4:49. So he's a slightly faster entry time, about 5 seconds. And he's now just, I think, gone into the lead at the 2:25 mark. Not much between the two. Ewan Watson also well there. But, over on the opposite side from where we are, clear leader now by almost a second. Ewan Watson trying to get on terms with Rhys for that second place. Aaron Machin and Ewan Green in the middle lanes, 4th and 5th. They're a long way back on the first 3. Seamus just extending that lead, I think, a little bit. It's a good contest for second place. Rhys and Ewan. So the advantage now, with 100 to go, of almost a second and a half. And I'll pass you over to Jackie to complete the race.
So it is still the Dumfries swimmer. So look over to lane 2, Seamus Barbary, the East Kilbride swimmer. Got himself, well, a couple of body lengths ahead of the field. And behind him is lane 7, Rhys Edwards. And on his shoulders, Ewan Watson from Renfrew Bath. But I don't think they're going to catch Seamus over there in lane 2. But there will be a battle on for second and third place, I think, as Ewan Watson tries in the closing stages here to catch the Dumfries swimmer. But no, he's run out of water there. So it's Seamus Barbary in first for 39.54. Seamus' entry time for 49.60, so he'll be pleased with that. An improvement on his entry time, followed by Rhys Edwards. And the scoreboard, I think, needs to be corrected because It was Ewan Watson, I think, who finished in third, but the board's not showing that yet. So we'll wait for the results to be updated. And there we go. So Ewan Watson is third in a time of 4:44.35. And we move on to the third and final heat of the boys 400 metre freestyle. In lane 0, Finlay Watson, East Kilbride. 1, Tom Jeffords, Ren 96. 2, Callum Ferguson, Rutherglen. 3, Jamie Gilchrist, East Kilbride. 4, Adam Scott, Ren 96. 5, Gregor Skinner, Bowness. 6, Ewan Mitchell, East Kilbride. 7, Harry Keogh, Ren 96. 8, Tyler Stewart, East Kilbride. And 9, Charlie Treherne, Milngai and Bears Den. And after the first 50 metres, it is Adam Scott from Ren 96 who is leading the field. Turned at the 50 at 28.24. In behind him was Gregor Skinner and Ewan Mitchell third. As the boys come up to the 100 metres, it is Adam Scott, Gregor Skinner, Ewan Mitchell, 1, 2 and 3. Lane 9, Charlie Treherne in fourth. Got himself right up that alongside the East Kilbride swimmer in lane 6.
Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Jackie. So Adam Scott just keeping that good fought lead that he managed to get in his first 100, coming in there with 1:32 at that 150 mark and 32 split. But equally getting chased there in the next lane by Gregor Skinner. I think where Adam just is getting that edge on each of his turns. You can see him pulling away. So coming up to the first 200 mark. Still getting a good split time in there with a 32 under that 33 mark and a 2:05 for that 200, followed by Gregor Skinner and 3 Ewan Mitchell. But Charlie over there in lane 9 from Milngai and Bears Den is keeping up with those 1, 2 and 3, so could easily pull ahead as well. But Adam's really pulling out a good lead now and stretching his legs. Gregor still trying to keep up, but is split just slightly over 33 seconds there with a 33.11, but keeping great consistency. Gregor there 33.42. Yeah, again, just Adam pulling away in that turn, with Gregor then chasing up further down the pool. It's a really good battle these boys are having. Holding that lead though.
Okay. So it's Adam Scott in the lead, Gregor Skinner in behind him. Those two boys, Ewan Mitchell and Jamie Gilchrist, both from East Kilbride. Looks at the moment like they're almost stroke to stroke in third place, and they're going to come up to the turn there and turn together. But ahead of the field, it is Adam Scott, who turns first with 50 metres to go. He's increased his pace there. The last 50 in the time of 32.69. In behind him, Gregor Skinner But there is open water between Adam and Gregor. Probably far too much for Gregor to do, but he has secured himself second as Adam turns and head for home. But the battle is on for third. East Kilbride swimmers think, but it looks like it is Jamie Gilchrist who's got the advantage here into going, and he's going to finish his 400 metres this morning in third place, and does so. Your 1, 2 and 3 are Adam Scott, the time of 4:16.75, Gregor Skinner 4:19.99, and Jamie Gilchrist 4:28.05.
Okay, and we move over to the first heat of the girls 400. So in lane 0, we have Ella Cunningham, City of Glasgow. Lane 1, Era Loughlin in Stranraer. Lane 2, Suzanne Curran, Kilmarnock. Lane 3, Ella Louise Kennedy, City of Glasgow. Lane 4, Millie McDonald, Cumbernauld. Lane 5, Iona Hickson, Mulgai and Bearsden. Lane 6, Lauren Dunlop, Dumfries. Lane 7, Amy Rowell, City of Glasgow. Lane 8, Amy Dobson, Kingston. Lane 9, Callie Abel, and City of Glasgow. So we have a very big lead out in lane 4 from, lane 3, Ella Louise Kennedy from City of Glasgow. Making a cracking start to this. Let's hope she hasn't swum this in quite a while, and her time is definitely going to be there to pace it right to the end, because she's really pulling out very well. So our first 100 metres there, a 104 and a 400. Brilliant start. The second split there, 34.5. And then in your second, you've got Amy Rowell coming in at a 112 for that 100 metres.
Okay. So just moving away from the pool just for a second, could I remind all swimmers that they should report to the marshalling area at least 10 minutes before their heat. There are a number of reserves here this morning for the heats during the course of the morning, and it helps us to confirm to them whether or not they have a swim and get their names on the scoreboard. The sooner we know who's here or not. So if we go back to the pool, and it is the City of Glasgow swimmer, Ellie Louise Kennedy, who has established a significant lead here as she comes down to the halfway mark. And we look in behind her, and it's her fellow teammate, Amy Rowell, who in second. Amy swimming in lane 7. And then I think it's the centre of the pool, the Cumbernauld swimmer, Millie McDonald in third, as Ellie Louise Kennedy turned there in a time of 2:19.06. Amy Rowell 2:30.16 and Millie McDonald 2:33.11. That is your 1, 2 and 3 after 200 metres. But this is Ellie Louise Kennedy's race. She is nearly a length, at least 2/3 of a length ahead of the rest of the field, turning there at 2:50 in a time of 2:56.89. She has slowed a little in the last 50, but she has that lead, as I'm sure she'll have something in reserve for the closing stages of the race. Amy Rowell in second, 3:09.30. And it's Ella Cunningham who has got herself into third place there but I'm not sure the scoreboard's completely showing that correct picture. So we'll go back to the pool, and it's Ellie Louise Kennedy with 100 meters to go. Got herself about a length ahead now. In second place, it's lane 7, Amy Rowell. In 3:47.81. And it is Ella Cunningham in lane 0 who turned there in third place. So your 1, 2 and 3 are all girls from the City of Glasgow swim team. As Ellie Louise Cunningham has 50 metres left to go of her 400 metres this morning. She swam at the front of the field right from the start of her race and has increased her lead and established that first place. In behind her, it's Amy Rowell and Ella Cunningham, but Lauren Dunlop has got herself up into third place now. Just got herself ahead of Ella Cunningham there, as Lauren Dunlop turns for the last time and heads for home, as does Ella Cunningham. So the battle is on for third place here, with Ellie Louise Kennedy finished her race this morning in a time of 4:49.72. Amy Rowell 5:02.74, and it's the Dumfries swimmer Lauren Dunlop who takes third, 5:06.65. And just to confirm, there is a disqualification in lane 2 there for a technical infraction in heat 1. And we move on to heat 2 of 3 in lane 0. Casey Dixon, Rutherglen. 1, Lisa McNair, Grangemouth. 2, Abigail Crawford. 3, Emily Dickens. 4, Rebecca Strachan. 5, Daisy Gilday, all City of Glasgow. 6, Hannah Lockington, Milngavie and Bearsden. 7, Abigail McAnery, Inverclyde. 8, Lucy Hunter, Motherwell Wishaw. And 9, Emily Dawson, Milngavie and Bearsden. And as the girls come up to the first 50, there really is not a lot between these girls. All 33.88, 33.90. But it was Abigail Crawford who turns first there in 33.88. Emily Dickens second. Rebecca Strachan third alongside Daisy Gilday. So this looks like this is going to be a very interesting race this morning. Long way to go, but as the girls come up to complete the first 100, and it's going to be, I think, Rebecca Strachan possibly. No, Emily Dickens turns there first, 1:11.10. Rebecca Strachan second, 1:11.38. And third go to Abigail Crawford, 1:11.54.
So 3 City Glasgow swimmers, 1, 2 and 3 at the moment. Just in lane 3, Emily Dickens. Not much between her, Abigail Crawford, Rebecca Strachan. Lisa McNair and Hannah Lockington just beginning to try and get themselves into the mix as well. Yellow cap of Lisa McNair from Grangemouth coming through. I think she's now gone third. As you can see from the scoreboard, Lisa McNair 37.58, picking up the pace that little bit more than the other swimmers. swam that last 50 a little bit faster than the previous one. And you see there the two City Glasgow girls a little bit faster in that 50, but it's all pretty tight between the three. Barely half a second between Emily, Abigail and Lisa. A little bit further back is Rebecca Strachan, Hannah Lockington, Daisy Gogdee, Lisa McNair. Looks pretty strong in lane one coming through. I think she might just be the leader at the 250 mark. Very, very fast last 50 there, 37.49 over second faster than Abigail and almost half a second or so faster than Emily. So two City Glasgow girls virtually together now. Lisa McNair at the moment out the turn. Another good turn from Lisa. Just opened up that gap to almost the body length. Certainly an interesting contest with 100 to go. Lisa McNair, Abigail Crawford, Emily Dickens separated by just around a second as we go on to the final 100.
So we're into the final stages of the 400 metres as the girls turn with 75 metres to go. And it is the Grangemouth swimmer, Lisa McNair, who's got herself a body length ahead of Abigail Crawford and Emily Dickens. So, can she be challenged? Lisa's picking up the pace there. Turned there after the last 50. Completed at 36.90, an improvement on the previous 50 metres. Abigail's picked up the pace, Emily's picked up the pace. These girls know that they're in the last 50 metres of this race, and it is close. Abigail Crawford is trying to rein in Lisa, but I think Lisa's got this one. She's a body length ahead. She's not going to let anybody take this now as she comes into the closing stages of her race and finishes first, 4:58.22. Abigail Crawford second, 4:59.23, and Emily Dickens 5:00.06. So the girls will be pleased with their finishing times this morning, improvements on their entry times as we come on to the third and final heat of the girls' 400 metre freestyle.
Okay, last final heat of the 400s. So in lane 0, we've got Joanna Calder from Mulgai and Bearsden. Lane 1, Caitlin Frame, Grangemouth. Lane 2, Rebecca Somerville, Ren 96. Lane 3, Saffron Machin from City of Glasgow. Lane 4, Ayla Cochrane from City of Glasgow. Lane 5, Sarah Stewart, Mulgai and Bearsden. And then we have our reserve in there, Honor McAndry, from Inverclyde in lane 6. And lane 7, we've got Georgia Reid from City of Glasgow. Lane 8, Lucy McLeod from Grangemouth. And lane 9, Anna Campbell in City of Glasgow. So most of these girls are going to be looking to get under that 5 minutes for this. With the middle crew have all been looking at sort of a 4:40. That's what they'll be aiming for. So I'm just going to go passing over to Jackie to take over from that 100 mark.
And so the girls in the centre of the pool there pretty much in a line. Safrina Machin, Ayla Cochrane, Sarah Stewart. But it was Safrina who turned first there, 1:06.74 as Wendy says. Good turn there by Safrina. She comes out just ahead of those three, with her fellow teammate Ayla Cochrane alongside her, and Sarah Stewart, the Milngavin Bears Den swimmer. And at the 150, it is Safrina, then Ayla, then Sarah. Safrina turning 142.72, but Ayla's coming up alongside her now, and Sarah is also beginning to get herself up into that, alongside those two girls. The two City of Glasgow girls turn together there. Safrina, I think, just had the better turn and has come out just about half a body length ahead of Ayla Cochrane. Quite a distance between these three girls and those in fighting for fourth place at the moment, as the two City of Glasgow girls, Safrina and Ayla, are just almost stroke for stroke, going up to the 2:25 mark of this 400 meters this morning, and they turn together with Sarah Stewart in third place. So the entry times of the girls in the pools today, we're looking from a range of 4:43.74 to 5:03.83. But it's Safrina who's just got the edge on Ayla at the 2:50 mark there. Time's really tight, less than half a second between them, 2:55, 2:56. With Sarah Stewart, 2:58.78. Both Safrina and Ayla picking up the pace there in that last 50 meters. They'll know each other, see each other, they'll train together, no doubt. And they'll be looking to get the better of each other, as Safrina's got herself just about half a body length ahead of Ayla now. As we come to the 300 mark, as Safrina turns there in first. She has slowed, both girls in fact have slowed a little over that last 50 meters. Obviously saving it for the last 100. As Sarah Stewart remains in third place. It's Caitlin Frame in fourth and Georgia Reed in fifth. So it's Safrina Machin 1, Ayla Cochrane 2, Sarah Stewart 3. The battle has been going on between these two City of Glasgow swimmers. Safrina's ahead there, turning at the 3:50 mark with 50 meters to go. So now they'll both be turning on the motors. Let's see what they've got in reserve, as Ayla is beginning to come back on Safrina. Safrina had a good turn there. She's now ahead of Ayla. If she keeps this pace going, she's going to get this morning, having led the field from the start, with a battle going on for third place as Honor McCarty tries to catch Sarah Stewart there. But that's Safrina Machin's race there in a time of 4:44.53. Ayla Cochrane 4:45.76 and Sarah Stewart 4:50.25. Your 1, 2 and 3. As Honor comes in to complete her race this morning. That completes event 102. And we move on to event 103. That's the boys 11 and over 100 meter backstroke. And we have 5 heats this morning.
Just while we get set up, the results for the boys 400 freestyle and the 11-13-year-olds. Medals 1, 2 and 3. Aaron Machin, City Glasgow first. Kyle Mossman, City Glasgow in second. Finlay Hiddleston, Dumfries in third. Our 14-year-olds, Tom Jeffers, Ren 96 in first. Callum Ferguson, Rutherglen in second. Rhys Edwards from Dumfries in third. Medals, as usual, collected at the desk to the right of us. We'll give you the 15 and 6-year-olds very shortly.
So we're just going to do a heat each of this.
Yeah.
Right, you're going to start. You okay with that?
Yeah. Heat 1, 0, Riley O'Shea, Rutherglen. 1, Finlay Maurice, Inverclyde. 2, Ron Coleman, Western Bartonshire. Edpeath Lane in 3. 4, Rhys McMillan, Renfrew Baths. 5, Cameron O'Donnell, Hamilton Baths. 6, Aidan Fraser, Western Bartonshire. 7, Brodie Lydon, Kingston. 8, Cameron Mather, Inverclyde. And 9, Archie Johnson, Western Bartonshire. Might just be lane 8, Cameron Mather from Inverclyde. Over on the far side in lane 0, Riley O'Shea going well. Approaching the halfway mark. It's very tight between those two. Lane 8, I think, well, it wasn't 100th in it. Riley 38.53, Cameron 38.63. Good turn from both boys. Third place, looks like Western Bartonshire's Brian Fitzpatrick. Just think dark red cap. Far side, it's Riley still well there, along with Cameron. A little between the two. It's very tight coming down with 10 to go. Over on the far side, Riley, and on the near side, Cameron. Who's going to take this? It's Riley on the far side, Cameron in the near. Oh, it's tight. Riley, I think, maybe just got that. Soft touch from Cameron. Third place in lane 7, Brodie Lydon. Well, the winner in that was Riley O'Shea, 1:19.25. Cameron Mather, 1:19.48. He didn't finish as strongly as he could have done, maybe just touched out at the end. And Brodie Lydon at 1:21.88 in third. 15-year-old freestyle 1, 2, 3. First, Adam Scott, round 96. Second, Ewan Mitchell, East Kilbride. Third, Harry Keogh, round 96. And our 16-year-olds, first, Gregor Skinner from Bowness. Second, Jamie Gilchrist, East Kilbride. And in third, Charlie Treherne from Mulganbearstown.
And we move on to Heat 2. Lane 0, Clark Malkin Gill, Inverclyde. 1, Oliver Jones, Inverclyde. 2, Brian Fitzpatrick, Western Bartonshire. 3, Ollie Jeffords, Ren 96. 4, Caelan Cardy, Stirling Swem. 5, Cole Ashwood, Edry Monkland. 6, Kyle Saunderson, North Ayrshire. 7, Ali Hattab, Dumfries. 8, Blair Wilson, Stirling Swem. And 9, Lewis Kerr, Renfrew Baths. And as the boys come up to the turn at the 50, it's lane 0. In second, with Blair Wilson in lane 8. In first, Blair turning there, 37.02. Clark Malkin Gill, 37.40. So we need to be looking at lane 0 and lane 8 at the turn here. And it's lane 8 who's going to turn first. Closely in behind him, lane 0 and then lane 7, I think. Was your 1, 2 and 3 at that turn. But after a good turn, it's lane 0. Clark Malkin Gill, I think, has just possibly got himself ahead. Battle going on between lane 0 and lane 8. Who's going to get this touch? And it is lane 8, Blair Wilson, in a time of 1:17.27. Clark Malkin Gill second, 1:17.43. And in the centre of the pool, Caelan Cardy in lane 4, 1:18.77.
Okay, heat 3. Nobody in lane 0. Lane 1, Scott Brodie from Inverclyde. Lane 2, Leonardo Sturla from Renfrew Braths. No show in lane 3. Aaron Dunn in lane 4 for City of Glasgow. Lane 5, James Stewart from Scotia. Lane 6, Aidan Thompson, City of Glasgow. Lane 7, Max Hislop from Mulgai and Bearsden. Lane 8, Daniel Martin, City of Glasgow. Lane 9, Murray Johnson. And just turning there was Aaron Dunn for his first 50 with a split of 33.10 in lane 4. And holding that into his next turn for the sprint to the finish. So that's Aaron Dunn holding this one from City of Glasgow and stretching out his lead there. It's a great swim from him. And the fight there between lane 5 and 6 with James Stewart and Aidan Thompson for second and third. That was James just getting that from Scotia. And Aidan Thompson, third from City of Glasgow. That's your 1, 2 and 3.
On to heat number 4. 0, Gregor Bryson, Adrian Monklands. 1, Alex Titch, Stirling Swim. Empty lane in 2. 3, Logan Smith, Mallow and Wishaw. 4, Fraser van der Meulen, Stirling Swim. 5, Dylan McShay, City Glasgow. 6, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Baths. 7, Harry Sharp, Adrian Monklands. 8, Max Miller, Western Bartonshire. And 9, Finlay Gudici, Renfrew Baths. Nice strong start in lane 4. Fraser van der Meulen, Alex Titch, Stirling Swim. So 2 Stirling boys turning 1 and 2. Advantage just with Fraser, 32.74, 33.18. 109.50 is the fastest time, and that's from Fraser. And off the final turn, Dylan McShane coming through to try and challenge. The 2 Stirling boys still 1 and 2 with Dylan in third. This looks like Fraser van der Meulen from Alex Titch. Dylan McShane, that looks to be the 1, 2, 3 inside the final few metres. That's Fraser, Alex and Dylan. Nice times for these boys, 107.58, nice improvement for Fraser. 108.66 for Alex and 109.15 Dylan McShane.
And we move on to the final heat of the boys 100 metre backstroke. Lane 0, Jake Ferguson, Grangemouth. Empty lanes 1 and 2. 3, Mikhailo Henazavarov, City of Glasgow. 4, Thomas Ingalls, Western Bartonshire. 5, Ruri Hall, Milngine Bearsden. 6, Luke Scott, Dumfries. 7, Michael Winship, City of Glasgow. 8, Daniel Convery, North Ayrshire. And 9, Murray McGill, Kilmarnock. And it's the Milngine Bearsden swimmer, Ruri Hall, who's going to turn first at the halfway mark. Time there, 31.40. Luke Scott in behind him, and Tom Ingalls is your third swimmer at the turn there, as Luke Scott is challenging Ruri Hall for the lead as they come up to the 75 metres mark. But it is Ruri who turns first and heads for home. In behind him, Luke Scott, followed by Thomas Ingalls. As these three boys battle, I think this is going to be Ruri's. He will hold on to this with a very close battle for second place between Luke Scott and Thomas Ingalls. And it was Thomas Ingalls there that got second place. So Ruri Hall, 105.20. Thomas Ingalls, 105.80. Luke Scott, 105.81. Very close race there in the last heat for the boys there. As we move on to event 104, the girls 11 and over, 100 metre backstroke. And we have 5 late heats of this morning.
Okay, off to the girls. So in lane 0, we've got Holly Stewart from Scotia. Lane 1, Sophie Stark from Milngine Bearsden. Lane 2, Mia Todd from East Kilbride. Lane 3, Innes Scott from Stirling. Lane 4, Megan Mulcree from Airdrie and Monklands. Lane 5, Abby McMillan from City of Glasgow. Lane 6, Ava Pettigrew from Cumbernauld. Lane 7, Lauren Dunlop from Dumfries. Lane 8, Chloe Pringle from Rutherglen. And lane 9, Sanjana Guakamwari from City of Glasgow. And on for the first split on that 50, we have Sanjana taking that lead with a 37.6 split. Now, considering Sanjana was actually brought in from the reserves, she's doing incredibly well here to get that first split. Mia Todd with a 37.75 was second. So just taking and coming out of the turn, we have Mia over in lane 2, but Sanjana is holding her position there and I think has just slipped back to lane or second position from Mia. She could pull this off though. Sanjana could have the first touch. Yep, Sanjana for the first touch from City. And then second, Mia Todd. And third was Ava Pettigrew. So that was a 1:19 from Sanjana, which is a 3 seconds improvement there on her entry time of 1:19. Well done.
Results for the girls 100 freestyle in the 11-13-year-old age group are 1, 2, 3. Lisa McNair, Grangemouth first. Abigail Crawford, City of Glasgow second. Anna Campbell, City of Glasgow in third. Our 14-year-olds, Eloise Kennedy, City of Glasgow first. Joanna Calder, Milngine Bearsden in second. Rebecca Strachan, City of Glasgow third. 15-year-olds, Safina Machin, City Glasgow first, Caitlin Frame, Grangemouth second, Emily Dickens, City Glasgow third. 16-year-olds, Algia Cochrane, City Glasgow first, Sarah Stewart, Mulgan Bearsden in second, Rebecca Somerville, Ren 96 in third. That's you up to date with the results so far. So second heat, full house in this one. 0, Lewis Herman, Inverclyde. 1, Cara White, Ren 96. 2, Gemma Rogerson, Cumbernauld. 3, Roman Vaz from Grangemouth. 4, Morgan Dunn, Malowell and Wishaw. 5, Ria Yershoff from Hamilton Bath. 6, Chloe Arnott, East Kilbride. 7, Monica Muir, Rutherglen. 8, Neve Brooks, East Kilbride. And 9, Ellie Hall, Mulgine Bearsden. Strong start over on the far side from us. Lise Herman and Cara White. Cara, I think, just with the advantage. And the Hamilton swimmer, Ria Yershoff, also well there. It's advantage with Cara, 36.70, about half a second advantage. And she's still going well over in lane 1. Coming through in lane 8, Neve Brooks to try and mount a challenge, along with Ria Yershoff. On the far side have it. Nice turn from Cara, still with that good advantage. A late charge in lane 8 from Neve Brooks from East Kilbride. But Cara, I think, is going to hold her. The N96 swimmer just, is she going to lose out here? Oh, it's tight. Lane 8, I think, maybe just snatched that. We'll wait on that to be confirmed. Well, it was lane 8. Neve Brooks, 1:17.09. Cara White, 1:17.22, 1300s behind. Lewis Herman, 1:18.83. So Neve Brooks with a late surge just gets up to take that one. Well done, Neve.
And heat 3, lane 0, Olivia McNally, Inverclyde. 1, Eva Fair, Milngine Bearsden. 2, Isla Waller, North Ayrshire. 3, Abby Henderson, Rutherglen. 4, Elise Leslie, Rutherglen. 5, Ava Ross, City of Glasgow. 6, Ellen White, Stirling Swim. 7, Iris Ware, Rutherglen. 8, Katie Watson, City of Glasgow. And 9, Rebecca Strachan, City of Glasgow. And it is the City of Glasgow swimmer, Ava Ross, who has taken an early lead here. And she's going to turn in first place in a time of 36.01. Abby Henderson second and Ellen White third. As the girls have all turned and head into the last half of this race. Sorry, I beg your pardon, the second half of this race. That sounds better. And it is Ava Ross who's going to turn first there to head for home. In second place, it is Ellen White with a battle going on for third, but it looks like it might be the Rutherglen swimmer over there in lane 4, Elise Leslie. No, she was pipped at the post there by Rebecca Strachan in lane 9. So you're 1, 2 and 3. In fact, it's joint first. No, I beg your pardon, the times are different on the board I'm reading. We'll just wait for the results to be confirmed as official, but I'm sure it's Ava Ross first, Ellen White second, and Abby Henderson the third. Just looking for that to be confirmed. There is a disqualification in lane 0 for a technical infraction in that heat. So we're still looking for the scoreboard to confirm the results here. And here we go. So first, Ava Ross, 1:15.80.
Okay, heat 4. Lane 0, Emma Chambers from Cumbernauld. Lane 1, Daisy Goldell from City of Glasgow. Lane 2, Victoria Niven, City of Glasgow. Lane 3, Chloe Kirk, Mulgai and Bearsden. Lane 4, Sophie Allison, Western Bartonshire. Lane 5, Rachel McGavney from Hamilton. Lane 6, Andrea Parry from City of Glasgow. Lane 7, Honor McGree from Inverclyde. Lane 8, Lorna Peckover from North Ayrshire. And lane 9, Zara Dunn from City of Glasgow. So at that 50-metre touch, we have Honor from Inverclyde taking the first place there with a split of 33.6. And then was Chloe Kirk following her in lane 3 from Mulgai and Bearsden. So coming up to the final sprint, we have Chloe and Honor in lane 7 trying to battle it out. It's becoming very close. Honor's just got that half a body length. She's going to get this from lane 7. That's Honor from Inverclyde. Second, Chloe Kirk from Mulgai and Bearsden. And touching third, we have Anja from City of Glasgow with a 1:13 for her third place. Oh, sorry. We've just got the board needing to update there. We'll just wait for that to be confirmed.
I think it's Rachel McGavin.
Yeah. And that was Rachel McGavin at third place. And Honor McGeechan on first place. And second was Chloe Kirk.
Heat 5, 0, Chloe Semple, Rutherglen. 1, Molly Binning, Ren 96. 2, Rebecca Somerville, Ren 96. 3, Caitlin Frame, Grangemouth. 4, Heather Stewart from North Ayrshire. In lane 5, cracking start, Justin McKenzie, Mulgai and Bearsden. 6, Abigail Hill, Mulgai and Bearsden. Empty lane in 7. 8 is Abigail McInerney from Inverclyde. And 9, Cara Gumbrow from Ren 96. Now, Justin had a super start, but she's up against it now. Very tight between her and Heather Stewart, 33.54 and 66 respectively. Nice turn from Heather. Brought her up sides. Both these girls are the two fastest. 1:10.37 for Heather Stewart, 1:11.27. Very tight off the final turn. Third place might just be Abigail Hill. Over on the far side, Chloe Semple also well there. But down the stretch, 10 to go. Heather Stewart in 4. There's a bit to find. I don't think she's going to do it. Justin's going to just sprint away at the death. Justin takes that. Second, Heather Stewart. And over on the far side, Chloe Semple. Cracking finish for her. So the winning time for Justin, 1:09.48, 1:10.09 for Heather, and 1:13.56. Well, it's showing a dead heat, but we'll just... that's an adjusted time there. Chloe Semple, the suspected third on her own, 1:12.77. Well done, girls. Just wait for that to be confirmed, and that completes our backstroke for the girls. We move on to butterfly. 5 heats of 50 butterfly. This is the boys. Heat 1. Jack Higney, Kyle Sanderson in 1. Cole Ashwood 2. Kieran Brown 3. Finlay Hiddleston 4. Andrew Patterson 5. Empty Lane in 6. 7. Kaelin Cardy and 8. Ollie Jeffords.
Okay, looks like we've got a Glasgow City in lane 3, taking an edging just after that turn in the lead, chasing up by lane 1, which is Kyle Sanderson. But lane 3, it's Kieran Brown from Glasgow City, touching for first. And then second was Finlay Hannah, and that was second Kaelin Cardy. No, Pardies. Kieran Brown was first with a 33.32. Cole Ashwood was second with a 34.34. And a dead heat there for third, with Finlay Hiddleston and Kaelin Cardy. Okay, heat 2, Tyler Morris in lane 0, lane 1, Rory McCallum, lane 2, Connor McCrory, lane 3, Owen Liddell, lane 4, Jack Ferguson, lane 5, Kyle Mosam, lane 6, Ewan Nielsen, lane 7, Neil Kilsent, no swim in lane 8, and lane 9, Kerr Flackery.
So there was a good start there in lane 2, but as we look as the boys head for home, it's the City of Glasgow swimmer. In lane 5, Kyle Mossman finishing first, 30.71. Owen Lyle second, 31.24. And Rory McCallum in lane 1, 32.40. I think is your finishing order. Update there is a disqualification in lane 1 for a technical infraction. So we'll await the official finishing order there. Kyle Mossman, Owen Lyle, and that takes Ewan Nielsen into third place. Heat 3, lane 0, Finlay Guidici, Oscar Mugan-Sharrett, Aaron Dunn, Daniel Convery, Ludovic Hay, Keir Sampson, Keir Campbell, Finlay Bennett, Daniel Martin, Joe Carty.
Aaron Dunn and Finlay Bennett off to strong starts in 2 and 7. Out of the turn, it's now Daniel Martin in 8 who's coming through. Joe Carty in 9. Another tight finish. Joe Carty in 9 might just be sharing it. Down this final stretch, Joe Carty, lane 8 and lane 7. Finlay Bennett, it's over this side. That's the 1, 2, 3. Joe Carty, 31 dead, 31.35. Daniel Martin and Finlay Bennett, 31.37. Zero Harris Japp, 1 Andreas Pusmet, 2 Matthew Lees, 3 Mark Watchhorn, 4 Magnus Morris, 5 Alex Stitch, 6 Michael Winship, 7 Gregor Bryson, 8 Ewan Wardlow, 9 Lucas Kong.
Okay, good starts in there from Matt Watchman and Magnus Morrison. Sorry, Morris. Apologies. Magnus is just coming up to take the first place in lane 4 from Wren, and then followed by Alex Tinch in lane 2, second place, and Mark Watson for third and a 29. All boys under 30. No, I don't have a lane 4.
And then you've got this guy here.
Oh.
Halo Hanazarov.
Lane 0, McLaughlin. Lane 1, Nathan Peoples. Lane 2, Gregor Skinner. Lane 3, Alex Black. Lane 5, Ben Montgomery. Lane 6, Tom Jeffries. Lane 7, Matthew Martin. Lane 8, Cole Myerson. Lane 9, Mikul Ach.
So Miko hands are off in lane 9, but it was Alex Black in lane 3, 28.15. Tom Jeffords second, 28.55, and Cole Morrison, 29.03. I think you do 1, 2, and 3. Scoreboard is showing. I think that's going to have to be adjusted for times there. So we'll just watch to await the official results. Yeah, so it's Alex Black, Tom Jeffords, Ben Montgomery are your 1, 2, and 3. That concludes the boys' 50-meter butterfly, and we move on to the girls this morning with 5 heats again. And this is heat 1. Heat 1, lane 0, Eva Murray, Beth Armit, Anjali Pavri, Lucy Mungall, Charlotte Craig, Ellen White, Connie Heron, Katie Gaffney, Roxana Klosacker, and Emma Chambers.
Cracking start in lane 2. Anjali Pavri, well clear. Near side, it might just be lane 7, Katie Gaffney in second place, but no doubt clear winner in this one. City Glasgow swimmer in lane 2, and Johnny in 7. And in 5, Katie and Ellen. Winning time for Anjali, 33.98. That's about 2 seconds faster entry time. Second place, Katie Gaffney, 34.53. And Ellen White, 35.26 in third place. Result now confirmed as we move to our second heat. Heat 2, 0 Kaylee Dixon, 1 Kaylee Moulton, 2 Grace McAvoy, 3 Lula Milne, 4 Anna Beetham, 5 Charlotte Jones, 6 Lauren Peckover, 6 Lisa McNair, 8 Monica Muir, and 9 Amber Hinton.
Okay, all good starts there. All these girls are entry times just on the 35, so looking to come under that 35, and it looks like we've got lane 1, Amy Black, pulling away, but it's a very close heat. I think Amy Black has got it, and then lane 9, Caitlin, oh, sorry. That was Caitlin Moulton, in first place. Second place was Lisa McNair with 34.69, and lane 2 was third place, Grace McAuliffe. Heat 3, lane 0, Joanna Calder from Mulgine Bearsden. Lane 1, Amy Black, Bo'ness. Lane 2, Morgan Dunn, Motherwell. Lane 3, Evan McCauley, Airdrie Monklands. Lane 4, Addison Cole, Hamilton. Lane 5, Manoram Patrick, Stirling. Lane 6, Olivia Russell, Cumbernauld. Lane 7, Leah Rafferty, Western Bartonshire. Lane 8, Amy Russell, Renfrew Bass. And lane 9, Caitlin McCarthy.
And Joanna Calder over there in lane 0 swimming well, but I think it's going to be lane 6 who's going to take this, Olivia Russell. She does so in a time of 32.90. Leah Rafferty second, 33.19. But actually, there is a joint first, but we'll just wait for this to be confirmed. But it looks to me like it was Mariana Patrick and Olivia Russell, and indeed that's that confirmed. Joint first, and Leah Rafferty in third. So the winning time, 32.90, and Leah's time, 33.19. Heat 4, lane 0, Ava McDermott, empty lane 1, 2, Sophie Allison, 3, Erin Collins, 4, Amy Rowell, 5, Maisie Pollock, 6, Lucy McLeod, 7, Hannah Anderson, 8, Rowan McDonald, and 9, Ailey MacArthur.
Yeah, Erin Collins off to a good start, but they're coming back at her now, and Sophie Allison in lane 2 coming through strongly, and in 6, Lucy McLeod, very tight. It's Sophie, Lucy, and in 4, Amy Rowell. Sophie Allison, 33.07 takes that. Lucy McLeod, 33.12, very tight between the two, and Amy Rowell, 33.17, 1/10 between the first three. So that result now confirmed. Sophie Allison takes that 33.07 from Lucy and Amy. Zero, Sky Buchanan. 1, Honor McKeegan. 2, Cara Brumbrell. 3, Eloise Kennedy. 4, Emma Creaney. 5, Sarah Stewart. 6, Georgia Reid. 7, Emily Dawson. 8, Abigail Crawford. 9, Zuzia Smith.
Okay, good starts from the middle of the pool there from Emma Creaney from Cumbernauld. Next to her there, Ella Louise Kennedy in Glasgow City. And the other side, Sarah Stewart from Mulgine Bearsden. It looks like that's going to be your 1, 2, and 3. So that's Cara, Emma, Sarah, and Ellie for your 1, 2, and 3. Just get that confirmed. Yep, that was Emma with a 31.46 for your 1, Sarah Stewart in your 2nd, and then Ellie Kennedy for your 3rd place with 32.09.
So that concludes the butterfly. Move on to 200 breaststroke, 3 heats. We'll hopefully give you results for the boys 100 backstroke shortly.
So, as Robert says, we now move on to the boys 11 and over 200 metre breaststroke. This is event 107 in this morning's programme. We have 3 heats for the boys, and then the pool is heat 1. So lane 2, Sam Haddon, Ren 96. 3, Logan Moffat, Kirkintilloch and Kilsyth. 4, Jared Gonter, City of Glasgow. 5, Blair Wilson, Stirling Swim. 6, Samuel Young, North Ayrshire. And 7, Caleb Wilson, Stirling Swim. And as we come up to the first 50, it's Jared Gonter and Blair Wilson. They're almost stroke to stroke. Jared just got the touch there, the turn there, 41.31. Blair 42.50. And in behind them, Logan Moffat, 44.97. So I'll just move away from the pool a moment and give you some results. So event 103, the boys 11 to 13, 100 metre backstroke. First place, Fraser van der Meulen, Stirling Swim. Second, Max Miller, Western Bartonshire. Third, Scott Brodie, Inverclyde. Boys 14-year-old 100 metre backstroke. Alex Tinch, first place from Stirling Swim. Second place, Jake Ferguson at Grangemouth. And third, Ewan Watson, Renfrew Baths. Boys 15-year-old 100 metre backstroke. First place, Rory Hall, Mulgine Bearsden. Second, Luke Scott, Dumfries. Third, Dylan McShane, City of Glasgow. Boys 16-year-old 100-metre backstroke. In first place, Thomas Ingalls, Western Bartonshire. Second place, Aaron Dunn, City of Glasgow. And the boys 17 and over 100-metre backstroke results. First place, Murray McGee, Kilmarnock. Second, Mikhailo Henazarov, City of Glasgow. And third place, Gregor Bryson, Airdrie and Monklands. So back to the pool, and after the first 100 metres, it was Blair Wilson ahead of Gerard Gonter and Logan Moffat were your 1, 2 and 3. And Blair Wilson has moved himself well ahead of the field. He's turning there in a time of 2:16.82. It's nearly 7 seconds between him and Gerard Gonter, and 5 seconds between Gerard and Logan at the 150 mark. So Blair Wilson comes up to the final turn in his 200-metre breaststroke this morning and has a strong lead ahead of the rest of the field. He's not going to be challenged. Gerard Gonter turns second and Logan Moffat third. Not sure whether Logan can do anything in the closing stages of this race to catch Gerard. Gerard's probably got too much of a lead as Blair Wilson comes in to finish his race in a time of 3:03.29. Significant improvement on his entry time. Gerard Gonter, he's finishing in second there in 3:14.34, with Logan Moffat in third, 3:16.94. The boys will be pleased. They've all improved their entry times this morning as Caleb Wilson finishes. Sam Haddon and Samuel Young all finishing inside their entry times. Well done, boys. So just an update on that previous... So just an update on Heat 1, a disqualification in lane 4 for a technical infraction.
So we now move on to our second heat. In 0, Andrew Patterson, City of Glasgow. 1, Kieran Brown, City of Glasgow. 2, Riley Griffin, Adrian Monklands. In 3, Keir Campbell, Grangemouth. 4, Oscar Morden Sharratt, City of Glasgow. 5, Jimmy Lynn, Scotia. 6, Joe Crawford, Scotia. 7, Ryan Crabb, Ren 96. And 8, Advi Kinvasara, also from Ren 96. Now the leader is Jimmy Lynn from Scotia, turning in 37.83. All these swimmers entry times just over 3 minutes, up to 3:18. So let's see if a few of them can get inside that 3-minute mark. All these swimmers getting the opportunity to swim here. Times for a lot of them just not quick enough to enter the Scottish short course next week at the Commie Pool 3 in Edinburgh. It gives them the opportunity to try and improve these times for future events, be it districts or possibly even for snags at the middle of April. So Jimmy going well, 1:22.57. Other two boys either side, Oscar and Joe, not that far behind. So off that last turn, still advantage with Jimmy, but Oscar coming through now in the second half of the race. Very little between the two. City of Glasgow swimmer who has the fastest entry time, 3:00.70. Now strikes the front with 50 to go. 2:09.75. A couple of seconds he made up there. So these boys somewhere around the mid 250s. So it looks like our first three Every chance of getting inside that 3-minute mark. And Oscar really motoring in the final 50 or so. Gone well clear. Super turn from Oscar. And gone about 5 metres clear. Jimmy in second. Joe in third. Ryan Crabb in fourth. It's a cracking swim. Well paced from Oscar. And comes in 2:50, 2:73. Finishing under 43 seconds. Jimmy in second. 2:58.47. And well done, Joe. Also inside the 3-minute. So 2 Scotia lads. 2:59.59. Ryan Crabb also improves his time by about 10 seconds. So well done, fellas. That's really what we want to see, as many of these guys getting personal bests in the event today.
Okay, and on to the last final of this 200 breaststroke. We have lane 0, Finlay Brown from Falkirk. Lane 1, Ben Grant, City of Glasgow. No swimmers 2 and 3. Lane 4, Aidan McCamish from Bo'ness. Lane 5, Jack Docherty-Simpson from Scotia. Lane 6, Adam Scott from Renfrew 96. Lane 8, Kyle O'Connolly from City of Glasgow, and lane 9, Cameron Hamill from North Ayrshire. Just coming up here for their first 50. And that's really close between Aidan and Jack Docherty-Simpson there. We had Jack taking it with a 35.52 and Aidan with a 35.83. So game on between these two guys. And then in late 8, we have third place was Kyle Connolly, who's very much still in the picture here. And pushing up on the middle 2 boys, Aidan and Jack. Jack managing to get the lead there in front of Aidan and coming up for his first 100. Touching there with a 1:16, but very closely followed by Jack. Only milliseconds between them. And Kyle keeping in play with a 1:18, just a couple of seconds behind for third place. So Jack's entry time here was 2:41, so he'll be looking to try and make sure his splits are coming in very consistently to try and beat that time. So far, he's doing around a 41. He'd slowed a little bit there in his last split, so let's see what this one is. Just touching in. Yep, consistently managing a 41.26 there. Slightly faster than his first or his second 50. Aidan slowing up a little bit in that last split, which you can see in the pool. Jack now getting a body length ahead. But Kyle's still there in third position in lane 8 from City and Glasgow. So we're just coming up for the halfway point here. We're just coming up to the, Yeah, Jack finishing there at the 200 with a 2:39, beating his entry. Entry time of 2:41. Second there is Aidan McCamish with a 2:41, and third was Kyle Connolly with a 2:46.91. And that is your first, second, and third for the last heat of the boys' 200-metre breaststroke. And just a quick disqualification there, unfortunately, for lane 0, Finlay Brown, for a technical infraction.
And this is the turn of the girls, 200-meter breaststroke. This is event 108, and we have 3 heats this morning. This is heat 1, lane 0, Caris Crawford, Scotia. 1, Cameron Copeland, Cumbernauld. 2, Emma Brown, Kirkcudbright. 3, Honor McCarty, Inverclyde. 4, Emily Hickey, East Kilbride. 5, Lauren Peckover, North Ayrshire. 6, Evie McCulloch, Wren 96. 7, Natasha McNeil, Rutherglen. 8, Isla Bennett, Rutherglen. And 9, Nina Spirit Hawthorne, Inverclyde. And it's lane 3. I beg your pardon, lane 5. Lauren Peckover. Turn first there. The 15-year-old from North Ayrshire had turned there 43.62. Pretty close in behind her, Emily Hickey, Honor McCarty. I think it's Honor McCarty who's turning second there. Caris Crawford also swimming well over in lane 0. As Lauren comes up to the halfway mark, leading the field, followed by Honor McCarty. Lauren split there 48.20. The girls are all just a little bit slower in that last 50 metres. But it was Lauren Peckover first, Honor McCarty second, and Emma Brown third. We can see Emily Hickey had a good turn there. She's got herself up alongside Emma Brown. But it is still Lauren Peckover leading the field. Honor McCarty second. And there's now a battle for third place. Caris Crawford, Emma Brown, and Emily Hickey are just about in a line there, as we can see, as Lauren Peckover turns at the 150 mark, 2:20.54. Honor McCarty, 2:24.21. Caris just turned ahead of those 3 in behind the leading 2 girls at the 150 mark there, closely followed by Emma Brown and Emily Hickey, 4 and 5. And in the centre of the pool there, Lauren Peckover, final turn, heads for home. She's not going to be caught now, as indeed I think neither is Honor McCarty. Good distance between these 2 girls and those fighting for third place. So as Lauren Peckover comes in to complete her race, we look behind her, the battle on for third, but I think it's going to be lane 0, Caris Crawford, who's going to get that. Honor McCarty having touched in second, and it is Caris Crawford in a time of 3:18.78. So your 1, 2 and 3, Lauren Peckover, Honor McCarty, Caris Crawford. There is a disqualification in lane 7 for a technical infraction.
So on to our second heat in lane 0. Leighton Howitt from Cumbernauld. Amber Winning is showing in lane 1, but we suspect it's probably Kaylee Abel from City Glasgow. We'll confirm that. In 2, Hannah Lindsay from Hamilton Bass. 3, Inniscott, Stirling Swim. 4, Katie Gillis, Renfrew Bass. 5, Cara White, Ren 96. 6, Ola Ross, Mulgine Beersten. 7, Ada East, Stirling Swim. 8, Amy Dobson from Kingston. And 9, Eva Kay, East Kilbride. Well, pretty close at the first 50, just advantage with Katie. Turning in 40.49 from Cara White, and Hannah Lindsay 41.09.08 and 41.12. And it was, as I suspected, Callie Abel, City Glasgow, who is in lane 1, not Amber Winning. So Callie, 14-year-old from City Glasgow, getting a swim. So it's very close between the two swimmers in the middle lanes. Katie with an entry time of 3:06.88, Cara 3:07.22. And at the halfway mark, still as we were at the 50, 1:26.34. So we're pacing just a little bit inside the 3-minute mark for the first two girls. Hannah Lindsay with a wee bit to do to try and get inside that 3-minute mark. Give you the 1, 2, 3 for the girls' 100 metres backstroke. First was Chloe Kirkmo, Gambiersten. Second, Chloe Semple, Rutherglen. Third, Molly Binning, Ren 96. Our 40-year-olds, Rachel McGavin, Hamilton Bass. Second, Sophie Ellison, Western Bartonshire. Third, Zara Dunn, City Glasgow. Our 15-year-olds, Abigail Hill, Mulgine Beersten, and Jali Pavri, City Glasgow second, Cara Gumbrell, Ren 96. So off that final 50. And the advantage still with Katie, but it's still pretty close between her and Cara. Still third is Hannah Lindsay, clear in third. Oh, can Cara White find something off that final 25? She's still got a little bit to make up. Good turn from both girls. Katie still with that little advantage. And here comes Cara White with a late surge. There's not much between them. It's still advantage with Katie. The Renfrew Bass swimmer just hanging on here. Katie is just going to hang on and take this. Katie, I think it's the other way around on the touch. Cara White, well, was it? It was tight 600s. Well, Katie Gillis just held on, 2:59.53. Cara White stretching at the death, just not quite getting there, 2:59.59. Hannah Lindsay, 3:06.63. Well done, girls, both under the 3-minute mark. That now official. Well done, Katie, but a cracking swim, both girls.
Okay, on to the third heat and the last heat of the girls' 200s. In lane 0, we have Katie Watson from City of Glasgow. Lane 1, Lily McCrary from Ren 96. Lane 2, Zoe Crawford from Falkirk. Lane 3, Ayla Cochran from City of Glasgow. Lane 5, Ava Ross from City of Glasgow. Lane 6, Emily Ray from Ren 96. Lane 7, Daisy McInnes from City of Glasgow. Lane 8, Rebecca Strachan from City of Glasgow. And lane 9, Ella Cunningham, also from City of Glasgow. Came up to the first 50. We have Daisy in the leading position with a 39.28, just touching first there, with behind Zoe Crawford in lane 2. Sorry, that was Ayla Cochran from lane 2. Sorry, lane 3, who was second. And Amelia Ray in third place in lane 6. Okay, and we've still got lane 3. Ayla looking really strong there from City, but chasing from our colleagues at City, just beside in lane 5, Eva Ross. So just touching there again was Ayla Cochrane with a 1-2-3 on her 100. And then Amelia Ray in second at 1-2-4, but nothing in it between David McInnes as a 1-2-4.46, so milliseconds between both of those girls for the second and third. Coming out to the turn, we've still got in lane 3 Ayla holding on to a slight lead there, but getting pushed over there by lane 1 now as well, with Lily McCarley from Ren 96 coming up and fighting against lane 7 and lane 5, Daisy and Ava. So they're really tight and close for second, third place just now. Could well be that lane 7 here and Daisy is starting to take a little bit more of a lead. We'll see who touches here. Coming into the final 25. Yep. Okay, so final coming down, just picking up the pace there. We have Ayla holding on to our lead with a good sort of half body ahead. And then following up in lane 5, Ayla and Ava. And lane 7, just taking the touch there, Daisy. So that was your first 1, 2, and 3. Ayla with a 2:53. Second, Ava Ross with a 2:54. And then Daisy with a 2:55.16 for your 1, 2, and 3. So that's 1, 2, and 3 there for City of Glasgow.
We move on to event 109, the boys 11 and over, 200 metre IM. And we have 3 heats this morning. Lane 0, Cole Murphy, City of Glasgow. 1, Aaron Steele, East Kilbride. 2, Tyler Stewart, East Kilbride. 3, Adam Merrick, Cumbernauld. 4, Josh Gallagher. Beg your pardon. Josh Gallagher, East Kilbride. 5, Kyle Mossman, City of Glasgow. 6, Blake Herdman, Inverclyde. 7, Seamus Barbary, East Kilbride. 8, Daniel Martin, City of Glasgow. And 9, Lucas Kong, also City of Glasgow. And at the first 50 metres, it was it was Tyler Stewart turning first, followed by Aaron Steele and Seamus Barbary in third. So it's the East Kilbride swimmer, Tyler Stewart, who's got himself a good lead as he comes up. As he comes up to the turn, following the backstroke session. Seamus Barbary, his teammate, turns in second, and Kyle Mossman from City of Glasgow in third. But it is Tyler Stewart leading as the boys all go into the breaststroke section of this 200 IM this morning. Things can change, but Tyler is swimming well over there in lane 2 and holding his lead. Turning second, I think, was Kyle Mossman, followed by Seamus Barbary. But Tyler Stewart has this well sewn up. He's got half a length ahead of a lead as he turns and goes into the final 50 metres, the freestyle, followed by Kyle Mossman. And in third, it's Owen Lyle just got himself ahead of Seamus Barbary. Can he hold that as these boys come up to the final turn of their 200 IM? But there is no doubt who's going to win this. It is Tyler Stewart as he comes into the closing stages and touches there in a time of 2:25.78. Seamus Barbary got himself into second there, 2:32.30, and Kyle Mossman in third, 2:34.72. That's the results confirmed. Tyler Stewart, Seamus Barbary, Kyle Moss.
On to our second heat. In 0, Aaron Machin, City Glasgow. 1, Michael Winship, City Glasgow. 2, Aidan McCavish, Bonus. 3, Finlay Watson, East Kilbride. In 4, Murray McGee, Kilmarnock. 5, Magnus Morris, Ren 96. In 6, Jude Mowbray, City Glasgow. 7, Dylan McShane, City Glasgow. 8, Jake Ferguson, Grangemouth. And 9, Aidan Thompson, City Glasgow. Lanes 5 and 7, a little between the two. 31.58, Dylan McShane just with a touch by about a tenth. Just finalised the backstroke for the girls. 16-year-olds, first Heather Stewart near Thayershire, second Anna McGeechan from Inverclyde, and third Rebecca Somerville, Ren 96. And the 17 overs, just the one swimmer, Justin McKenzie from Mulgann Bearsten. So backstroke is just about complete. We still have the same leader, I think, in lane 7. Very tight. Lane 4 coming through. Murray McGee. About a quarter of a second further back. This is where breaststroke could change things. Finlay Watson in 3 still there, along with Magnus Morris, Jude Mowbray. And coming through very strongly now is Murray McGee in lane 4. A little between him and Dylan McShane. Still the two, nip and tuck. Slightly better turn, I think, from Murray. So the Kilmarnock swimmer just with the advantage now. Just beginning to forge ahead. And sorry, lane 4 is Murray McGee. Has come through. Second and a half up. And it looks as though he's just beginning to pull away from Dylan. Third place might just be Finlay Watson. So off the final turn, this looks good for Murray now. Storming away down the final stretch. Dylan McShane in second. Third place very close. Jude Mowbray with a late charge. No doubt about the winner. Murray McGee takes this. Going to be very close for second. Dylan and Jude second and third. But was tight. Fast finishing. Jude Mowbray nearly got second. Winning time 2:27.52 for Murray. Second, Dylan McShane 2:30.68 and 2:30.77 Jude Mowbray. Cracking race.
Okay, on to the final heat here of the boys. Lane 0, we've got Callum McLaughlin, City of Glasgow. Lane 1, we've got Abu Mufti from City of Glasgow. Lane 2, Harry Keel from Ren 96. And lane 3, we've got Blake Herdman from Inverclyde. Lane 4, Finlay Tasson from City of Glasgow. Lane 5, Thomas Inglis from Western Bartonshire. Lane 6, we've got Ryan Crabb from Ren 96. Lane 7, we've got Luke Scott from Dumfries. Lane 8, Alex Black from Bo'ness. And lane 9, Toff Jeffords in Ren 96. A few replacements in there in terms of reserve, so bear with me while I get them swapped in. Okay, so finishing up there, Finlay in the lead right now for the 100 metres. 108 is Finlay there in lane 4. Following up is Harry in lane 2, second place, 108 there for his first 100. Just coming up down into the breaststroke finishing. We've got our Glasgow swimmer in lane 4. That's Finlay remaining that lead and taking that into the front crawl, getting a good strong lead here. So I think the battle's going to be more on for the second and third. In between Harry and Luke there. Luke in lane 7 just had it for the second position, with Harry at third, but coming nicely down to the finish line with that last 50 is Finlay in lane 4, who's going to finish his 200 here as first place. Lovely swim there with a 2:21, and then a battle just coming in there between lane 7 and 8 was Alex just coming in from nowhere there. Well done, Alex, for second position, 2:24. And just beside him in lane 7 was Luke Scott. And a 2:24.40, just 2 milliseconds between both of the boys for second and third. So that's the finish of the 200 boys, and we move over to event 110 with the girls 11 over 100 breaststroke.
So as Wendy said, we're now moving on to event 110, the girls 11 and over 100 metre breaststroke. We have 5 heats, and this is heat 1. Lane 0, Hannah Lockington, Milngine Bears Den. 1, Lois Herdman, Inverclyde. 2, Ada East, Stirling Swim. 3, Imogen Barrett, Ren 96. 4, Emily Dickens, City of Glasgow. 5 is Lucy Mungle, Hamilton Baths. 6, Charis Crawford, Scotia. 7, Chloe Arnott, East Kilbride. 8, Sanjana Gunawik-Rama, City of Glasgow. And 8, Evie McCulloch, Ren 96. And at the 50 metres, it is lane 3, Imogen Barrett, who has the lead. She's turned there in a time of 42.43. Charis Crawford second, and Lois Herdman third. But it's very tight. We can see. Let's see if there's changes at the turn here. No, it is still Imogen Barrett who is leading the field. She turns for the final time and heads for home. So a battle going on for second place. Emily Dickens and Charis Crawford. I think Emily's just got herself ahead, but we need to keep an eye on what's happening in lane 1. Lois Herdman, she's also got herself up there as Imogen Barrett finishes in first place. Emily Dickens second, and it was Lois Herdman in lane 1 who got third place. Finishing time there, For Imogen, 1:27.25. Emily Dickens, 1:30.80. And Lois Herdman, 1:31.07.
So we're on to our second heat. In lane 0 is an empty lane. 1, Emma Brown, Kirkintilloch and Kilsyth. 2, Niamh McGregor from Kilmarnock. 3, Erin Collins, Grangemouth. 4, Sfina Machin is not swimming in this one. It looks like it's the Rutherglen swimmer Isla Bennett who goes in 4. Abigail Fagan, Ren 96 in 5. Sophie McGinley, Cumbernauld in 6. Isadora Holmes, Mulgine Bearsden in 7. Kirsty Conway, Inverclyde in 8 and 9. Jenna Aikenhead, Renfrew Baths, goes in the outside lane. Lane 6, Sophia McGinley, 40.38. Very strong start from her. Abigail Fagan just beside her, turning in second. And out the turn, still the advantage with the Cumbernauld girl, Sophie McGinley. Now coming through strongly to challenge her in last, Abigail Fagan. Very tight between the two. Abigail's trying desperately to get up at the death. Very, very tight. Sophia's just, I think she just held on. Very tight. Third place, Cumbernauld swimmer, I think, Erin Collins. Well, it was tight. 1700. Sophia, 1:27.69, 1:27.86. Abigail, and it was Erin Collins over in lane 3, 1:30.22. So the Grangemouth swimmer in third place. Result now confirmed.
Okay, heat 3 of 5. So in lane 0, we've got Katie Gaffney from Rutherglen. We've got lane 1, Rhea Rafferty from Western Bartonshire. Lane 2, Cara Cumbrell, Ren 96. We have lane 3, Ella Cunningham, City of Glasgow. Lane 4, Anna Dixon, Kingston. Lane 5, Ava Brackenridge, Cumbernauld. Lane 6, Orla Ross, Mulgine Bearsden. Lane 7, Abigail Crawford, City of Glasgow. Lane 8, Blair Duncan, City of Glasgow. And Ellen White, Stirling Swim. So looking quite tight here coming up to the first 50. I think the Glasgow girls are just going to get 1 and 2 there. No, Leah Rafferty from Western Bartonshire got second there, but Ella Cunningham was first. 39.994 for her first split. And third there is up at lane 0, Katie Gaffney. Lane 7, Abigail Crawford is now looking good in that turn. I think she's made up some distance. Yeah, and Leah Rafferty though over there in lane 1, you can see she's got this final in her eyes. She's going for it. That's Leah. Can she hold on against the 2 Glasgow girls? And yeah, I think that was Leah got first. Well done there. And then Ella Cunningham for second and Abigail Crawford there in third. Great swim there from Leah Rafferty, 1:24, where their entry time is 1:28. So good, great PB.
And we move on to Heat 4, Lane 0, Cara White, Ren 96, 1, Joanna Calder, Milngavin Bearsden, 2, Hannah Lindsay, Hamilton Baths, 3, Sky Buchanan, City of Glasgow, 4, Olivia McNally, Inverclyde, 5, Addison Cole, Hamilton Baths, 6, Katie Gillis, Renfrew, Baths, 7, Betty Fisher-Keogh, Inverclyde, 8, Charlotte Jones, Inverclyde, and 9, Rose McDermott, Milngavin Bearsden. So as the girls come up to the halfway mark, Rose McDermott swimming well. No, I beg your pardon. Yes, Rose McDermott swimming well in lane 9. And indeed, she turns first there in a time of 38.97. Betty Fisher-Keogh second. And over in lane 1, Joanna Calder in third. As the girls come up to the final turn. And it is still lane 9, I think, closely followed by lane 7. There. But we do need to watch lane 1. She's swimming well, as is Sky Buchanan in lane 3. So there's definite battle here, but it's Joanna, I think, who's coming through. I think she's going to get this. Lane 1, lane 7. Yep. Lane 1, Joanna Calder, Milngavin Bearsden swimmer. Good swim in the closing stages there and got herself through into first, followed by Betty Fisher-Keogh in second. And the scoreboard showing me Cara White in lane 0 in third place. All personal best for these girls, but on the basis of their entry times. Well done.
So not full house in this one, our final heat. 0, Susia Smith, Grangemouth. 1, Lily McCarry, Ren 96. Empty lanes in 2 and 3. 4, Ailey MacArthur, Milngavin Bearsden. 5, going nicely, Amy McAloon and from Ren 96. 6, Ava McDermott, Milngavin Bearsden. 7, Emma Craney, Cumbernauld, empty lane in 8. And 9, Daisy McInnes, City of Glasgow. Pretty tight between lanes 5 and 6, Amy and Eva. Also well there in 9, Daisy McInnes. And in lane number 1, Lily McCarry. So very tight contest, 38.21, half a second between the two. Still, as we were coming towards the final turn, 75 metres gone. And Amy McAloon looks pretty strong out the turn, and she's advantaged that a little bit further. Good turn from her. Daisy McInnes in 9, sneaking in here maybe in third place over the far side. Lily McCarry might be second, but no doubt about the winner. Amy McAloon takes that over in 1, and in 9, Lily McCarry and Daisy McInnes. That's a 1, 2, 3. Amy 1:21.12. Second place, Lily McCarry, 1:22.93. Just inside her entry time. And third place in lane 9, Daisy McInnes, 1:23.38. Just give you the boys' butterfly and the 11, 13-year-olds, the 1, 2, 3. Kyle Mossman, City Glasgow. Second, Finlay Bennett, Rutherglen. Third, Ewan Nielsen, Cumbernauld. And the 14-year-olds, Tom Jeffers, Ren 96. Second, Alex Stitch, Stirling Swim. And third, Joe Carty, City Glasgow.
Okay, on to event 111, 111. The boys 11 over 100 breaststroke. Heat 1 of 5, we have in lane 0, Scott Watson, East Kilbride. Lane 1, Jack Higney from Kirkintilloch. Lane 2, Max Smith from City of Glasgow. Lane 3, Nicholas Sent from Kingston. Lane 4, Oliver Jones from Inverclyde. Lane 5, Advi Kinsher from Ren 96. Lane 6, Ewan Morrison from Hamilton. Lane 7, Sam Haddon from Ren 96. Lane 8, Caleb Wilson from Stirling. Lane 9, Dylan Williamson from Grangemouth. So just coming up for that first 50, got Oliver Jones taking a good lead out there in terms of 42.08 for his first split, but followed by Ewan Morrison, lane 6, 43.2. And over in lane 1, we've got Jack with a 44 there split, who's coming up in terms of the last turn. I think in lane 4, we've got Oliver managing to keep his initial lead. I think this is going to be his swim here. And then close call, we've got just beside him, we've got Nicholas Sent coming in for a second, and then third could be Max, or could also, yep, so that's your 1, 2, and 3. You've got Oliver with a 130, and Nicholas as a second as 134, and very closely contended Max Smith in lane 2 with a 134.95 for your 1, 2, and 3 there.
And we move on to Heat 2, Lane 0, Rhys McMillan, Renfrew Bath. 1, Finlay Morris, Inverclyde. 2, Rowan Coleman, West Dunbartonshire. 3, Archie Perriman, Motherwell Wishaw. 4, Daniel Lockington, Milngavie and Bearsden. 5, Blake Herdman, Inverclyde. 6, Scott Brodie, Inverclyde. 7, Craig Hartley, City of Glasgow. 8, Cameron Mather, Inverclyde. And 9, Logan Moffat, Kirkintilloch. So, as the boys come up to the halfway mark, I think it's lane 6, Scott Brodie, the Inverclyde swimmer, who's just ahead of Daniel Lockington in lane 4, and in turn they are just ahead of Archie Perriman in lane 3. But the Inverclyde swimmer, Scott Brodie, moving himself ahead by a couple of body lengths into the turn here as he turns and heads for home. It's Daniel Lockington in behind him. And I think there's a battle going on for third, but Daniel will have to watch because the boys are coming up alongside him. But it is lane 6, Scott Brodie, who's going to take this morning. Daniel, I think, is just going to hold on. And over in lane 1, Finlay Morris, a good swim in the latter half there. Well, maybe not. We'll just wait and see. Let's wait for the results to confirm. Looked like Finlay, but actually the scoreboard's showing me different. So we'll just wait for results to be confirmed. There's it confirmed. Scott Brodie, Daniel Lockington, Finlay Morris, 1, 2, and 3.
Third heat, empty lane in 0. 1, Ewan Nielsen, Cumbernauld. 2, Riley Griffin, Adrian Monklands. In 3, Clark Maitland-Gill, Inverclyde. 4, Finlay Goodici, Renfrew Bass. 5, Kieran Brown, City Glasgow. 6, Magnus Morris, Ren 96. 7, Keir Campbell, Grangemouth. 8, Jared Gonter, City Glasgow. And 9, Lewis Spray from Inverclyde. Well, it was a strong start in lane 6 from the Ren 96 swimmer, Magnus Morris. And he is the early leader at the halfway mark, very tight. Lanes 2, 3 and 4. Riley Griffin, Clark Maitland-Gill, Finlay Goodici, all well there. 38.95, just a fraction ahead. And those 4 swimmers still well in the mix here. Still the advantage with the Ren lad in lane 6. Magnus Morris out the turn. and has maximised that great turn by really stretching away. All about second. Second, maybe Clark Maitland-Gill in lane 3. No doubt about the winner. Magnus Morris is going to take this. Very tight for second place. Riley Griffin, Clark Maitland-Morris, that's the 2 and third. And Magnus Morris, 123.14 from Riley Griffin, 123.33 and 123.96. That was Finlay Gudici, just snatched third place by 100s from Clark Maitland-Gill. Very close for that third place. Well done, Magnus.
Okay, heat 4. Lane 0, we have Oscar Mugan Sharon from City of Glasgow. Lane 1, Tyler Morris from Stirling. Lane 2, Joe Crawford from Scotia. Lane 3, Aaron Macon from City of Glasgow. Lane 4, Kerr Sampson from Scotia. Lane 5, Ben Montgomery from Stirling. Lane 6, Finlay Byrne from Falkirk. Lane 7, Ryan Crabby from Ren 96. Lane 8, Cameron Hamill from North Ayrshire, and lane 9, Owen Liddell from Helensburgh. And just turning there for the first 50 was Ben Montgomery in lane 5 with a split time of 36.11. And we have Oscar over on the outside, far end of the pool for me, from Glasgow, making a good play. Was turning at second and looking quite strong, chasing down the centre of the pool. But holding on to that early lead was Ben Montgomery in lane 5, who's going to bring this home quite easily. But we've definitely got Oscar over in lane 0 there, putting in a good time, finishing second. And third was just there in Aaron Macon with a 119.17. So that's Ben Montgomery with a brilliant split time there in the second 50 of 37. With a 113 as your first. Second, Oscar in lane 0, 118.36. And third was Aaron Macon, a 119.71. That's your 1, 2, and 3.
And this is the 5th and final heat of event 111. So, lane 0, Kyle Connolly, City of Glasgow. 1, Ben Grant, City of Glasgow. 2, Ewan Wardlaw, Hamilton Baths. 3, Aidan McCavish, Bowness. 4, Jake Percy, Hamilton Baths. 5, Callum MacArthur, Milngine Bears Den. 6, Finlay Sang, City of Glasgow. 7, Fraser van der Meulen, Stirling Swim. Empty lanes 8 and 9. And it's Finlay Sang who is swimming well alongside the Hamilton Bath swimmer, Jake Percy. It's Finlay who got the turn there, closely followed by Jake, and in the middle of them, Callum MacArthur, or your 1, 2, and 3 at the 50-metre mark. As Finlay continues to build on his lead, he's about a body length ahead, but Jake Percy is being challenged by Callum MacArthur for second place in behind Finlay, as the boys all turn and head for home. But Jake Percy continuing to hold off Callum MacArthur. Can he do so in the closing stages? This is going to be very tight as Finlay finishes his race. And in fact, it was Jake Percy who just got the touch ahead of Callum there. So Finlay Sang finishing first in a time of 1:10.88. A disqualification in lane 7 for a technical infraction. So Finlay Sang first, Jake Percy second, 1:13.49, and Callum MacArthur in third place, 1:13.66.
Girls 53 now.
Yershoff is in lane 4. Amy Russo, 5. Hamilton Bass, Rachel McGavin, Tia McCarty, and Hamilton. So it's just lane 4. Ria Yershoff, I think.
0 Alex Shepherd, 1 Tia Reedy, 2 Rachel McGavin, 3 Amy Rosso, 4 Ria Yershaw, 5 Millie McDonald, 6 Anna Beetham, 7 Ella Cunningham, 8 Maisie Pollock, and 9 Ailey MacArthur.
Okay, it looks like Alex over there, Alex Shepherd. Lane 0, no, sorry. It looks like it's Rachel McGurley is coming in. Let's just get this confirmed. Really tight race. Yeah, it was Rachel there for first, 30.85. Second, Ella Cunningham for 31.22. And third place was just beside her, Anna Betham at 31.27 for the 1, 2, and 3. Okay, lane 0, Hannah Anderson. Lane 1, Robin Voss. Lane 2, Georgia Reed. Lane 3, Emma Dawson. Lane 4, Isadora Holmes. Lane 5, Abigail Crawford. Lane 6, Anja Pavri. Lane 7, Evelyn Cole. Lane 8, Iona Hickson. Lane 9, Callie Abel.
And we'll go back into the poll and let's see. Oh, this is very tight. I think lane 6 maybe. The City of Glasgow girls really battling out this in the middle of that Milngine Bears Den. But it was Abigail Crawford who touched there first in a time of 30.21. And Jali Pavri second, 30.50. There's a disqualification in lane 6 for a technical infraction. It was Abigail Crawford first, 30.21. Emily Dawson moves into second in a time of 30.66. And Iona Hickson in third, 30.98. And heat 3, lane 0, Ava McDermott, 1, Ellen White, 2, Jocelyn McKenzie, 3, Ava Ross, 4, Joanna Calder, 5, Abigail Hill, 6, Betty Fisher-Keogh, 7, Charlotte Jones, 8, Leah Rafferty, and 9, Kirsty Conway.
Leah Rafferty going very well in lane 8. Cracking swim earlier on. Can she hold on? Coming through. Betty Fisher-Keogh in lane 6 is coming through very strong at the death. Betty's going to take this. Second is going to be lane 4 and lane 8, I think. Well, very tight for those minor places. Betty Fisher-Keogh, 29.72. It was Joanna Calder in lane 4, 30.02. Oh, tight behind those. 30.27. Abigail Hill in third. Heat 4, 0 Alia Cochrane, 1 Abigail Young, 2 Victoria Niven, 3 Erin Collins, 4 Rose McDermott, 5 Rowan McDonald, 6 Daisy McGuinness, 7 Casey Dixon, 8 Molly Binning, and 9 Chloe Kirk.
Okay, that looked like a really good start there from lane 8, Molly Binning. But we've also got lane 0, Ayla coming in, and lane 3, Victoria. Victoria there was in lane 2, got 29.75 for for first place. Second, Molly Billing. And third, Chloe Kirk with a 31.7. And we have lane 4 with a technical disqualification for a technical infraction. Heat 5, Honor McCreaky. Lane 1, Sophie Allison. Lane 2, Emily Dickens. Lane 3, Heather Stewart. Lane 4, Keisha McCormick. Lane 5, Erin Ferris. Lane 6, Caitlin McCarthy. Lane 7, Hannah Lockington. Lane 8, Caitlin Frame. Lane 9, Olivia McNarty.
And at the turn there really wasn't anything to call, but coming out of the turn, it's lane 3. It's Heather Stewart, I think, who's just got the lead. She is, and she touches first there, 28.72. Caitlin Frame, 29.09. And Emily Dickens third, 29.11. That was indeed a very fast race. And concludes event 112. And we now move to the boys 11 and over, 50-meter freestyle. There are 5 heats. Lane 0, Oscar Mugan Sharrett. 1, Clark Melkin Gill. Lane Murray McGregor, James Stewart, Archie Perriman, Aaron Machin, Riley Griffin, Kyle Mossman, Finlay Hiddleston and Kyle Saunderson.
Kyle Mossman in 7, coming through very strongly to take this at the end. Kyle Mossman is going to take this second place. Lane 3 and 2, I think. James Stewart, Murray McGregor. That's how it finished for the minor places, but Kyle Mossman 28.44, James Stewart 29 dead, and 29.05 Murray McGregor. That's your 1, 2, 3. Is Heat 2, 0 Cameron Hamill, 1 Finlay Byrne, 2 Alexander Kloska, 3 Keir Campbell, 4 Max Miller, 5 Lucas Kong, 6 Leonardo Sturla, 7 Owen Lyle, 8 Joe Carty, 9 Finlay Gudici.
Okay. I think we've just got lane 5 coming in from Glasgow and lane 8, which we have Joe and lane 5 and Lucas. So yeah, that was Joe's race there with a 29.9. And then second was Lucas Kong for 27.97 and third Kerr Campbell and 28.62. Just get that confirmed. Yep, that was your 1, 2 and 3. Heat 3, lane 0, Gregor Bryson, lane 1, Robbie Gray, lane 2, Fraser van der Meulen, lane 3, Matthew Lees, lane 4, Daniel Coventry, 5, Harris Jeep, lane 6, Logan Smith, lane 7, Aidan Thompson, in lane 8, Ewan Warden, and lane 9 is Rory McCallum.
Okay, and as the boys come up to finish, it's going to be the centre of the pool, I think. Yep, there's lane 5, Harris Chap, followed by Robbie Gray and Gregor Bryson. Your 1, 2 and 3 there. Harris's time 27.35, Robbie Gray 27.62 and Gregor Bryson 27.89. And Heat 4, lane 0, Ross McGee, 1, Michael Winship, 2, Rhys Edwards, 3, Matthew Martin, 4 Cole Morrison, 5 Callum McLaughlin, 6 Abdi Mufti, 7 Andres Posmic, 8 Ludovic Hay, and 9 Callum Ferguson.
Off the turn, Callum McLaughlin, Abdi Mufti going well. Far side, Ross McGee. It looks like lane 5, but it's finishing strongly in 4. I think 5, 4, 6. Alan McLaughlin, Cole Morrison with a late charge to get second ahead of Abdi Mufti. 26.58, 26.75 and 26.83. That result now confirmed.
I don't think that's Inverclyde is a white cap. I don't think Adam Scott's here, but we'll just have to go with that.
We'll just go with it. So 0 to 9, Alex Titch, Callum MacArthur, Nathan Peebles, Adam Scott, Finlay Tang, Mikalokai, Hazarova, Ben Montgomery, Keane Smith, Jack Doherty Simpson, Match Watchorn.
Okay, that was a great start from Jack there in lane 8, but it looks like he's been taken over there in the middle. It's going to come very close, and we've got Adam Scott for lane 3 for first. Then Finlay lane second in lane 4, and third was Ben Montgomery with a 25.71 for in lane 6 for third. So that was Adam with a 25. Adam there for a 25.47, Finlay 25.63, and Ben 25.71 for your 1, 2, and 3.
You can see we're back to backstroke. We'll continue with some results, bring you up to date with the boys 50 butterfly onto our 15-year-olds, our 1, 2, 3. Callum McLaughlin, City of Glasgow first, Magnus Morris, Ren 96 second, Match Watchorn, Scotia third. Our 16-year-olds, Alex Black, Boness, second Ben Montgomery, Stirling Swim, and third Cole Morrison, Stirling Swim. Our 17-year-olds, first Matthew Martin, Renfrew Bass, second Nathan Peoples, Inverclyde, and third Michaelio Hannah Rovov from City Glasgow. We'll give you the girls' butterfly very shortly.
Okay, after those fast and furious 50s, we can relax again a little bit more in terms of the 200, or as we go into the 200 meter backstroke. And this is event 114, and it's the girls 11 and over. So heat 1 of 3, in lane 0, we have Isla Roslow from Renfrew Baths. Lane 1, Lewis Herdman from Inverclyde. Lane 2, Gemma Rogertson in Cumbernauld. Lane 3, Ella Louise Kennedy, City of Glasgow. Lane 4, Neve Brooks, Ace Kilbride. Lane 5, Anna Campbell, City of Glasgow. Lane 6, Emily Rowley from City Glasgow. Lane 7, Charlotte McGavran from Hamilton. Lane 8, Sophie Stark, Mulgai and Bearsden. And lane 9, we have Chloe Pringle from Rutherglen. So in that first 50, we have Ellie Kennedy. So that's Ellie Louise Kennedy in lane 3 with the first split at 35.66. Good lead in that first split, and is holding it as she's coming into the first 100. She's got her colleagues over in Glasgow, over in lane 5, Anna Campbell. But her first 100 there from Ella Louise is 1:15.09. Then Anna Campbell, 1:17. Couple of seconds slower in second, and third 1:22 with Amy Rull. So we'll see how the splits then are starting to steady off. Last split there for Ella Louise was just under that 40 still, 39. So she comes through If she can hold that 40 or 41, she'll be doing really well. Yep, that's great. She's got a 40.49, so holding the consistency well in the 200. Second, there's Anna Campbell, just splitting there a 42 with Anna Roll, 43.56 for her third split, and lying third in the pool. Now these girls were all entering around a 2:50, so I'm sure they'll be trying to get closer to a 2:40. Knock some of those seconds out. Ella Louise is having a good day in the pool today. A nice strong finish there. And coming in, yeah, with a 2:34. So she had an entry time of a 2:45. So that was a great PB. And second there was Anna Campbell, our colleague from Glasgow City, with a 2:42. And third there, Amy Roll, with a 2:47. All of these times are coming in with good, strong PBs. So well done, girls. And I'm going to pass over to Jackie for Heat 2.
Give you some more results. The girls, 11, 13-year-old butterfly. First was Abigail Crawford, City Glasgow. Joint second, Olivia Russell from Cumbernauld, and Marlana Patrick, hope I pronounced that correctly, from Stirling Swim. 14-year-olds, Eloise Kennedy, City Glasgow first, Sky Buchanan, City Glasgow second, Sophie Ellison, Western Bartonshire third. 15-year-olds, Lucia Smith, Grangemouth first, Cara Gumbo, Ren 96 second, Lisa McLeod from Grangemouth was third. Our 16-year-olds, Emma Craney, Cumbernauld, second, Sarah Stewart, Mulgambier's Den, and third, Georgia Reid from City Glasgow. 17-year-olds, Maisie Pollock, Kingston, second, Eva McDermott, Mulgambier's Den, and third, Erin Collins from Grangemouth. Good. Second heat, Callie Abel from City Glasgow in 1, Zara Dunn, City Glasgow 2, 3, Isla Waller, North Ayrshire, 3, Lauren Peckover, North Ayrshire, 4, Emma Chambers from Cumbernauld, 5, going well, Daisy Gildee, City Glasgow, 6, Molly Binning, Ren 96, also going well, even better in 7, Angie Pavry, City Glasgow, 8, Olivia Caldwell, City Glasgow, and 9 is Sophia Brown, East Kilbride. At the first turn, very tight. Angie and Molly over on the far side in 1. Zara Dunn, 37-31, 37-32. 1, 2, 3 in the boys' breaststroke. 11, 13-year-olds, Kyle Connolly, City Glasgow. Second, Joe Crawford, Scotia. Third, Ryan Crabb, Ren 96. Our 14-year-olds, first, Aidan McCavish, Bo'ness. Second, Jimmy Lynn, Scotia. Third, Blair Wilson, Stirling Swim. Our 15-year-olds, first, Jack Docherty Simpson, Scotia. Second, Adam Scott, Ren 96. Our 16-year-olds, Oscar Morgan Sharrock, City Glasgow. Our 17-year-olds, Ben Grant, City of Glasgow. Halfway mark, clear leader now. Molly Binning has opened up a good body length advantage. And Jali Pavry in second place. Still over on the far side is Lauren Peckover and Zara Dunn competing for that third. But out the turn at the moment, Molly Binning well clear as we're approaching the 3/4 mark. Girls 200 metres breaststroke. 11, 13-year-olds. First, Ava Ross, City Glasgow. Second, Daisy McInnes, City Glasgow. Third, Katie Gillis, Renfrew Bass. Change of leader. Over on the far side now, Zara Dunn. Looks as though she is the leader. But, it's still Molly Binning. Zara Dunn gone second. Molly Binning looks as though she has this one pretty well wrapped up now. Out the final turn. Molly Binning, Zara Dunn, Angie Pavri. That looks to be the 1, 2, 3 unless there's a drastic change coming down the final stretch. Lauren Peckover still finishing strongly. But Molly Binning has this one wrapped up. Molly Binning's going to take this. Zara Dunn second. Laura Peckover will, I think, just get third. She just did by 700ths. Molly Binning, 240.69. Zara Dunn, 242.66. Lauren Peckover, 243.69. That's your 1, 2, 3. Our 14-year-old breaststroke, 1, 2, 3. Rebecca Strachan, City Glasgow. Hannah Lindsay, Hamilton Bath. Innes Scott, third, Stirling Swim. Our 15-year-olds, Lily McCarry, round 96. Katie Watson, City Glasgow. Third, Lauren Peckover, North Ayrshire. Our 16-year-olds, Alia Cochrane, City Glasgow. Emily Ray, round 96, second. Evie McCulloch, round 96, in third. We'll give you the boys 200 IM shortly.
And we move on to the third and final heat of event 114. Lane 0, Kaylee Moulton, Ren 96. 1, Chloe Semple, Rutherglen. 2, Lucy McLeod, Grangemouth. 3, Imogen Barrett, Ren 96. 4, Addison Cole, Hamilton Baths. 5, Rebecca Somerville, Ren 96. 6, Abigail Hill, Milngine Bearsden. 7, Abby McMillan, City of Glasgow. 8, Jocelyn McKenzie, Milngine Bearsden. And 8, Eva Gordon, City of Glasgow. And at the 50 metres mark, it's Lucy McLeod in lane 2 from Grangemouth, who turns first there in a time of 36.00. Followed by Kaylee Moulton in lane 0 and Abigail Hill, lane 3. So, Kaylee Milton, Lucy McLeod, and Addison Cole leading the field as we come up to the 100 metres. It was Addison Cole turning there, 1:15.13, 1:15.33 for Kaylee Moulton, and 1:15.68 for Lucy McLeod. So as I said, very tight there between these three girls. But it's Addison Cole, I think, who's just got the slight lead. Maybe not, actually. Kaylee Moulton in lane 0, I think, has got herself ahead of Addison. As they come down to the 150 mark, looks like it's Kaylee Moulton, Addison Cole, Lucy McLeod. Your 1, 2, and 3 is Kaylee. No, Addison turned first there, and she went faster into the turn at 1:54.19. Followed by Kaylee, followed by Lucy. But it's pretty tight between Kaylee and Addison as they come out of the final turn there, these two girls. Looks like Kaylee has got the advantage and is beginning to move herself. She's now body length ahead of Addison, and this is her race. She's going to finish first, followed by Addison, followed by Lucy. So tight race there in the middle between those three girls. Kaylee Moulton, 2:31.04. Lucy, I beg your pardon, Addison Cole, 2:32.37. And Lucy McLeod, 2:33.25. As Abby McMillan comes in to finish her race this morning. That is your 1, 2, and 3.
Boys 200 IM, 11, 13-year-olds. First, Kyle Mossman, City Glasgow. Second, Aaron Machin, City Glasgow. Third, Adam Merrick, Cumbernauld. 14-year-olds, Tom Jeffords, round 96. Jude Mowbray second, City Glasgow. Aid McCavish, Bonus in third. 15-year-olds, Finlay Chang from City Glasgow. Second, Luke Scott Dumfries. Harry Keogh, round 96, was third.
This should be Wendy. I'll do it if you like. Yeah. Are you okay with that? And we move on to event 115, the final event of this morning's programmes here at Tollcross, and this is heat 1 of 3. No swimmer in lane 0. 1, Blair Wilson, Sterling Swim. 2, Lewis Kerr, Renfrew Bath. 3, Ollie Jeffords, Ren 96. 4, Aaron Dunn, City of Glasgow. 5, Murray Johnson, Ren 96. 6, Jack Kevlihan, Ren 96. 7, Brian Fitzpatrick, Western Bartonshire. 8, Riley O'Shea, Rutherglen, and 9, Leighton Bonner, Inverclyde. And it is lane 4, Aaron Dunn, who's got off to a cracking start here, and he has turned there in a time of 34.14. He's some 3.5 seconds ahead of Blair Wilson in second. Murray Dixon turning there in third. So Aaron Dunn is a clear leader after 75 metres. But there is a battle in behind him for second place. Blair Wilson, Murray Johnson. Your swimmers in lanes 1 and lane 5. Swimming almost stroke for stroke at the moment. In behind them, it's Riley O'Shea in lane 8 in third. But this is Aaron Dunn, who has got a very substantial lead now. He turned there 1:12.10. 7.5 seconds behind him, Murray Johnson. In behind him, Blair Wilson. So Aaron Dunn really swimming well this morning. Clearly he's not going to be caught. The battle is going to be for the places in behind him as Aaron finishes 150 with 2 lengths to go. And it is still Blair Wilson and Murray Johnson battling it out for second and third place. I think Murray Johnson just got the turn ahead of Blair there. Blair has picked up the pace in that last 50. So what can he do as he comes up to his final turn? Aaron has turned. He's now coming into the closing stages of his race this morning. Aaron's entry time here was 2:41.28. He smashed that, and then finish time of 2:29.11 as the boys behind him, Blair Wilson and Murray Johnson, who's going to get the touch here in the closing stages between these two. And it is showing on the board in front of me as Blair Wilson, 2:42.73. Murray Johnson, 2:42.86. So your 1, 2, and 3 there. Aaron Dunn, Blair Wilson, Murray Johnson. As we move on to Heat 2.
16-year-old IM 123 Alex Black, Bonus, Thomas Ingalls, Western Bartonshire second, and Seamus Barbury, East Kilbride third. 17-year-olds, Murray McGee is the only one in that one. We'll give you the girls' 100 breaststroke in a few moments.
Okay, on to Heat 2. We've got a few gaps in this one. So we've got Max there out on his own in lane 0. So that's Max Miller from Western Bartonshire. And then lane 3, Ewan Mitchell, East Kilbride. Lane 4, Dylan McShane, City of Glasgow. Lane 5, Jude Mowbray from City of Glasgow. Lane 6, Gregor Skinner from Bo'ness. Lane 7, Alex Black, Bo'ness. And lane 8, Joe Cartley from City of Glasgow. So coming up for the first split, we have Ewan there in the lead. Ewan Mitchell from East Kilbride. 32.95 was his split time, his first 50. Then second, Gregor Skinner in lane 8. And third was just beside Ewan, Dylan McShane. So we have Ewan holding on to that early lead that he was able to get in lane 3. He's going to come up for his first 100. Still with a good split time, holding a 35.75 for that split. 108, but he's now getting challenged actually over in lane 6 by Gregor Skinner, who was second, but looks as though he's actually stretching ahead here just on this turn. Yep. Oh, I think they both turned actually very similar. I think Ewan there just got a slightly better push off the wall and has managed to accelerate through then this lead. It's going to be a good battle if these boys keep the time consistent. I think we might just get Gregor there. Yep, that was Gregor taking the first touch there on the 150, and he had a split time of a 36, which is much faster there than Ewan. Ewan's slowed down a little bit on that split, allowing him to get in front. And third there was Alex Black over in lane 7. Okay, so coming up to the finish, we've had a really good swim there by Gregor, who's held his nerve and then has just speeded up there consistently in his splits and touches first. Another great split there with a 35.73, giving him a 2.22. And then Ewan followed up by second in lane 3 with a 2.25. And then Alex in lane 7, Alex Black, with a 2.2747 for your third positions. And that is your 1, 2, 3 on the second heat. And we're going to swap over to Robert for your last heat of this event.
Third and final heat, empty lane in 0. 1, Jamie Gilchrist, East Kilbride. 2, Luke Scott from Dumfries. Empty lane in 3. 4, Thomas Ingalls from Western Bartonshire. In 5, we have an empty lane. 6, Harry Keogh, round 96. 7, Rory Hall, Mulgang Bearsten. Empty lane in 8. And 9, Murray McGee from Kilmarnock. That's pretty close between most of them at the first turn. Just lane 7, I think, with a slight advantage. Rory Hall, 32.99, but barely a second cover the first 5. Murray McGee probably a bit further back, having had quite a few swims, maybe just beginning to find an extra swim, just one maybe too much for him. Rory Hall going well. Jamie Gilchrist on the far side, being trapped by Luke Scott, those two almost together. And it is over on the far side. Jamie Gilchrist, the East Kilbride swimmer, just taking it up from Luke Scott, 108.86. Rory just drops back. Thomas Ingalls still well there. And that red cap of West D. So over on the far side, a little between Luke and Jamie. Jamie just with a better turn again to get that slight advantage. Rory Hall still within striking distance, but they've got a fair bit to do with 50 to go. Jamie Gilchrist, Luke Scott look to have the race between them. Not much in it. Much better turn there from the Dumfries boy. Luke Scott upsides Jamie. Jamie just again ages away a wee bit out the turn. Third place, Rory Hall with a bit to do still. A nice turn has put Jamie in command, but Luke Scott's coming back. I think he's going to run out of the water. It's Jamie who's going to take this. Jamie Gilchrist takes this. Luke Scott in second place. And third place, Rory Hall, 2:19.87. Luke Scott, 2:20.74 and 2:22.98 for Rory. Finishing off our results, 11, 13-year-olds. First, Daisy McInnes from City Glasgow. Second, Cara White, round 96. Third, Ella Cunningham, City Glasgow. 14-year-olds, Joanna Calder, Mulgan Beersten. Second, Sky Buchanan, City Glasgow. And third, Leah Rafferty, Western Bartonshire. Just confirming that result. Now confirmed, and that concludes this morning's session. Thank you very much for those of you who have joined us on the live stream. We're back here at 1:15, so join us around about 1:10 for the afternoon session. So from all of us at Tollcross, from Wendy, Jackie and myself, Robert, we'll see you soon.